Good morning, everyone. Just thought I'd go live for a little bit before I get some sleep. Uh, I want to hit on something that Trump did. Navy SEAL Eddie Gallagher, Chief Petty Officer Eddie Gallagher. This guy is a fucking nightmare to the U.S. Navy. He was going on trial for war crimes in San Diego. He had bragged about how he killed at least 100 to 200 people a day. How he stood with a, it doesn't matter if it was a, combatant's body or whatever. You do not, the code of ethics in the military is you do not stand next to a dead body and take a picture of it and gloat. This fucker did that. And then he kissed Trump's ass and he went on Fox News talking about why he should not be prosecuted for this. His whole SEAL team, Alpha 7, decided they were going to turn on him. Because he was rogue. He was going around Afghanistan and Iraq killing people. Just killing people. He shot someone on a motorcycle, was not even an enemy combatant. Just shot a man and a woman on a motorcycle. Boom, shot him. This guy is a nightmare to the U.S. Navy and the Navy SEALs. But he kissed Trump's ass, and then Trump weighed in about he was going to pardon him, and then Gallagher goes on Fox News. Fox News should have never let him on. Because, first off, the Navy is finishing their investigation on him, and they are going to bring him to trial. Bottom line, this fucker was stripped from his chief petty officer status by the Navy. Trump gave it back to him, which Trump had no business doing. Okay? Because he wants his $200,000 a year pension from the Navy SEAL as having his trident pin. Okay? His trident pin. Okay? I mean, that is such a fucking bullshit. And he can get up to $1.7 million total a year. $1.7 million a year. And people here in the United States are struggling to make ends meet, and this fucker is going to take advantage of our federal government. I'm going to give you an example of someone. I'm going to give you an example of someone. A friend of mine, Sheena, her brother, her twin, is on this. It's hard to tell this one because it's so fucking funny. I've confronted the dude. I've told him he's an asshole and a liar. He was on a guided missile cruiser, right? First, he got locked up for saying he was going to blow up the ship. He was put in the brig for, I think, 30 days. They let him out. And all of a sudden, he fell down 40 feet downstairs on a ship, and he got electrocuted. Now, first off, being on a ship, it's highly impossible you fell down 40 feet and just walked away with minor injuries, right? But he claims he got electrocuted. And from getting electrocuted, he turned sterile. So he went after the Navy, saying that, this. So he buys a $300,000 house. He tells them he wants to start biking. They bought him a $16,000 bike. One of those ones you sit on and you wheel with your hands. But the thing is, this fucker never, and he claims he saw wartime. He never saw a wartime. Never saw any kind of wartime. This fucker is such a disgrace to the U.S. Navy and the VA system. Okay? Now, here's the thing with him. He claims he broke his back, but he didn't break his back. He had a misalignment of his back or something, but that he got electrocuted when he fell. Now, how in the fuck you get a fall and get electrocuted at the same time? This fucker's getting a full pension from the U.S. Navy as a seaman. Something like, I think he's getting like $2,000 to $2,500 a month. He had them, ready for this? Refit his bathroom because he's disabled. But this guy can walk without a cane. He can go out and drive around. He goes to the VA and he bitches about it. And the VA says, you know what? Fuck with us. Fuck with us. He goes to the VA here in Tucson. He bitches about it. And the VA in Tucson decided, you know what? We're going to send you in for a psychiatric evaluation, fucker. So they sent him in for a psychiatric evaluation. All right? Now, the VA has figured out his injuries are fake. They figured it out already. 5 years after this happened, they figured out his injuries are fake. Because the story keeps changing on how it happened. Okay? Now, they have an NCIS officer following him around. Get this. He lives out in Coronado, Tucson in a $300,000 house. Okay? They have an NCIS officer following him around. They finally nailed his ass. They found him outside pulling weeds in the garden. They found him walking without a cane. He only walks with a cane when he goes to the VA. They found him walking without a cane. They found him driving his car, going to Walmart, grocery shopping with no cane. They fucking nailed his ass to the wall. Nailed him to the wall. They took his VA pension away from him, his Navy pension. Now he's appealing it, saying that they're picking on him. No. The fucker got caught. You don't fall down 40 feet on a guided missile cruiser and you walk away with very little injuries. Okay? That's it. Plain and simple. This Gallagher guy, he opened his mouth and he bragged to his fellow Navy SEALs that he killed 100, 200 people a day, that he, and then the picture is so damning. I mean, I have a copy of it. I don't know if I even want to show it. Because this guy was rattled. I mean, this enemy combatant was so rattled with bullets. I mean, it shook me. And it takes a lot to shock me. But Trump should have never weighed in on this. This is something where Trump doesn't understand. It's not his place to weigh in on naval or military issues when it comes to discipline. It is not his place. Just like he pardoned, I don't know how many other Navy guys. He doesn't understand. You don't pardon people like this. You don't pardon them. That's the bottom line. And then the Republicans, I don't know if I'm reading this wrong, the call from July 25th, or they're reading another phone call, but the call from the 25th, he actually asks us for something, which is check in the Burisma, the server. Biden and his son made a lot of money in the Ukraine. You need to check into that. I mean, he flat out said that. Now, the White House given the bullshit line that the calls are not recorded. Well, they are recorded. According to a buddy of mine that works for the U.S. Marshals, they are recorded. They are recorded. All heads of state calls are recorded, and they're put on a server. Now, this call was put on a CIA national security server and locked away. They can get to it if they want, the CIA and the national security people. In fact, they have, according to the news, according to PBS and and BBC. They got the call, and exactly what the transcript says. So Trump committed bribery and treason, and then Devin Nunes, this other little dumb fuck, met with the ex-Ukraine Attorney General, and he didn't report it. Now, Lev Parnas says, I got everything on him. Lev Parnas' attorney was on CNN the other night, and he came out with a box of shit. And he set it on the table, and he goes, this is what's here. He goes, we got Trump talking shit. We got Devin Nunes. We got the videotape and the audio tape of Devin Nunes meeting with the Ukraine ex-attorney general, the corrupt dude, looking for dirt on Joe Biden. Devin Nunes. Now, Devin Nunes says it never happened. Okay? But here's the thing that's going to fuck Devin Nunes up. If Lev Parnas lets that shit loose, it's going to prove that Devin Nunes did that. This fucker needs to go. Now he's talking about having the FBI investigate CNN and MSNBC for saying what went on. Now, Lev Parnas' attorney contacted them, and they gave the news, right? That was it. They gave the news. They reported the news. He honestly thinks that FBI or Department of Justice is going to follow his lead, that someone did that to him and they smeared his name? Devin Nunes is nothing but his mother's cow. That's all he is. He has no balls, just like Lindsey Graham has no balls. Mitch McConnell has no balls. Jim Jordan, that fucker needs to go back to Ohio, and they need to arrest his ass and lock his ass up for being an accessory to the sexual abuse performed by the doctor at Ohio State's wrestling team. Jim Jordan knew about it, and he's not saying anything, but there's been about 15 kids that are men now that came out and talked about Jim Jordan, them telling Jim Jordan he done nothing. Under federal law and state laws, if you are an educator and someone comes to you and says they're being abused by someone, it's your responsibility to report it. Jim Jordan didn't do that. He can be held as an accessory to that. Boom. End of discussion. Jim Jordan, he's another no balls person. Matt Gaetz. Who else? Collins. McCarthy. Kevin Solis. They're all afraid of Trump because they're up for re-election, and they're afraid he might tweet their asses out. But then you got 36 Republicans that are retiring in the Congress, and I think 6 in the Senate. Okay? You got 6 in the Senate and 6 in a majority of them in the Congress. They're retiring because they can't put up with Trump's bullshit no more. These people need to have the balls to get their balls together and say, okay, we're going to vote for impeachment. We're going to vote for impeachment. That's it. That would put Trump out of office. Then we got to deal with Mike Pence for a year. Mike Pence thinks a woman doesn't have the right. He thinks gays don't have rights. Well, Mike Pence needs a foot shoved up his ass by someone because those people can vote him out. Women and gay people. There's a lot of gay people in this country, if you haven't noticed, okay? That's it. End of discussion. End of discussion. And us, the city of Tucson, we're the dumbest fucks in the world. We pulled officers off of patrol last week to protect Trump's daughter-in-law while she was speaking here in Tucson. And when I called the police department, okay, I found out, ready for this? They pulled 25 to 30 officers off of patrol to protect her. Richard Fambres, why did they do that? Did she get money up front to come here and bullshit people? Trump still owes us over $85,000. Are we ever going to collect that? No. What you need to do as our city councilman, you need to put it out there to Regina and the rest of the city council, they come here and want to campaign, they better give some money up front. Charge them up front deposits. Trump comes here, $1.5 million. You get your money back after you done with your campaigning. His daughter-in-law, same thing. She should have paid for this. We're not a freebie place. We can't even afford to put police officers on the street. And we can't afford to buy a new communication system for the police officers to use and the firefighters, and we're letting them come here and use our department for free? This is bullshit. Total bullshit. Our police officers can't even handle the mundane calls of every day. I heard a call this morning that was backed up 6 hours. An elderly man wandering the street down on Speedway and Craycroft, wandering the street. The call was 6 hours old. How in the fuck do you let a call of an elderly man wandering the street and hold it for 6 hours? How does that happen? Our police department is fucked up. Plain and simple. They can't answer the calls that need to be answered. It doesn't even pay to call them, to be honest with you. Like me, I called one night, guy standing out in front of my apartment complex, out in front of my building selling dope. He set up shop, 11:30 at night, shaking hands, selling dope. I called TPD, boom, never showed up. Never showed up. You know how I got the guy to leave? I took Sam outside and told him, it's time for you to leave, buddy. And he looked at me kind of funny. I said, time for me to let you leave. You need to leave. You need to get this guy, get on your bike and leave. You don't live here, leave. If not, I'm going to give him the command in German, and he's going to bite your ass and your balls and hand them to you. Start walking. Get out. Get out. And when I call the apartment complex, oh, we have a security detail. The security detail doesn't even get paid by HSL Properties, I was told. They haven't been paid in 2 months by HSL Properties. So, we have a police department that doesn't respond to calls. We have a security detail for HSL Properties that doesn't show up because they don't get paid. And then this fucking apartment complex wants to charge us in January, for the common areas, meaning electric and water, for the pools, jacuzzi, and the laundry room. They want to charge us for that now. That's an amenity they give us to live in this apartment complex. Sparkling pools, jacuzzis, and laundry rooms. That's what they give us to live here. Now they want to charge us for that. The utilities for that. That is bullshit. You, Richard Frambrez, as a city councilman, need to check into that. I already called Paul Cunningham and told him about it. You need to check into it on HSL Properties on your end of town, too. This is bullshit. Just like when they changed us from regular, like $35 a month for water, trash, and sewer, to percentage type thing, we went up from $35 to $45 and sometimes $50 now a month for water, trash, and sewer, which is bullshit. And they keep raising the rents on people. This is not Los Angeles that you can raise the rents and think people can pay it. Bottom line, people in the city only make, 85% of them make minimum wage. If you want to make good money, you work for Raytheon, the base, the city, the county, the hospitals, or call centers. OptumRx, Citibank, Geico. Amazon said they were going to pay $17 an hour for the distribution center. They're paying $15.50 an hour. This city needs to get their shit together and get it together fast. Because it's sad when someone comes here to go to work for someone and the guy really needs a IT guy, and the guy's going to pay him like $75,000 a year for his business, and he says, okay, let me drive around the town and take a look. When he drives around the town, the first thing he hits is a frickin' pothole. He goes to the park and it's people shooting up. Things have to change in this city. I've been here since '98 and I've seen it go progressively down the tubes because of the city government. We need more police officers on the street. We need their equipment not to be going down, their laptops and their handhelds going down, and they have to reboot them every 5 minutes. Like I said, today just pissed me off to the tilt when Trump did this bullshit about talking about pardoning Eddie Gallagher. That set me off on a tirade on everything. It's total bullshit. He should have never gotten involved in that shit. You don't get involved in military issues as a president. You let it take its due course. This guy should have been, the Navy is going to prosecute his ass no matter what. Trump thinks by tweeting it's going to cause him to stop it. No. And if he pardons him, you're going to see the military go ape shit on Trump. This fucker went on TV and lied about his fellow SEALs back Trump. His fellow SEALs were on PBS this morning saying, we don't back him. We don't back Trump. We are non-political. We do our job. We're told 3 o'clock in the morning, we get on a plane, we go somewhere, we do what we have to do, we come back. That's it. That's it. We do not worry about who's president. We do what the military tells us to do, not what the president tells us to do. Military says go, we go. If the president tells the military to go, then we go. It doesn't matter if he's Republican or Democrat. The guy flat out told PBS this morning. That's it. Eddie Gallagher is playing the system and playing the president and playing the media system by going on Fox. First off, he should have never gone on Fox. Fox should have never left him on, the guy said. And this is a fellow SEAL saying it. Okay? Eddie Gallagher should have never gone on Fox and pleaded his case. Everyone have a good day and think about what I said. Because when I asked a Republican friend of mine that's a hardcore Trump person, what has he done for you? Well, he's put the wall up. What wall has he put up? What wall has he put up? The wall's been going up, being replaced. What wall has he put up? The one in New Mexico. No, that wall in New Mexico was put up by a vet that got his ass blown up in Iraq. And then the federal government is investigating his ass for getting $20 million donated to put up a 100-foot wall. And then they put the wall up on a piece of property in New Mexico that they didn't have permits to put it up on. So now they have to tear it down. Okay? Bottom line, bad move. I said, okay, what has he done for you monetarily? No, let me explain to you. Let me explain something to you. What has he done for you monetarily? Do you still owe like $46,000 in student loans? Yeah. Okay, so he hasn't done that for you. Let me ask you a question. Do you know he reversed Obama and other presidents' stuff on Clean Water Act? No, I didn't know that. Okay, all right. And he done away with the Endangered Species Act. I didn't know that. Here's another question. He's talking about Biden's son making money in the Ukraine. Do you know his daughter has 14 patents through China? since he's been president? No, I didn't know that. Okay, now let me ask you this. After his 4 years, are you going to be better off than you were before that? I don't think so. Let me ask you a question. I go, you're self-employed, right? Yeah. How much taxes did you pay last year? $5,600. All right, the year before that, how much taxes did you pay? $1,200. There you go. There you go. There you go. It's like me. I do IT work on the side. I change passwords for someone that's got a restaurant here in town. I go online. In fact, I have to go online at the end of the month and change for, I think he's got 16 fast food restaurants. I change the passwords for people and I email them to them. Okay? I get my $1,222 FedEx to me. Cash. Boom. The next day I got it. All right. When I done my taxes last year, all the years I've been doing this, since I went on Social Security disability, making what I can make allowable by law, I never had to pay taxes. Last year, I wound up having to pay $35.95 in taxes. $35.95 in taxes, and I never had to pay anything before. I couldn't deduct this for my business. I couldn't deduct that for my business. I couldn't deduct this for my business. Trump fucked us. The top 1% got everything. Businesses got everything. You know what was you know what pissed me off more than anything? The guy from FedEx when he was on MSNBC the other day. They asked him, how did you get away with not paying any taxes last year? Well, ask Trump. Trump gave us the tax break. Trump gave us the tax break. FedEx paid no fucking tax last year. Zero tax last year. The biggest parcel carrier in the world paid zero tax. And they asked him, well, have you put anything back, into the business or anything? Oh no. What we done? The shareholders got their cuts from their tax break. Like what? The shareholders got their cut from the tax breaks. You've got to be shitting me. This guy's gone on TV and he's saying it straight up out loud that shareholders got their breaks. The shareholders. So everyone at FedEx never got any pay raises. Their benefits were cut. That the deductibles went from $25 to $50 on co-pays. Their deductibles went from zero deductible to $1,500. But the investors in FedEx got their money. But the people working for FedEx, flying the jets, driving the trucks, loading the planes, unloading the planes, loading the trucks, got zilch. They got fucked. I'm going to find his interview and put it on YouTube, and I'm going to put it on my page. It's eye-opening what Trump will let them do. FedEx paid zero tax last year. And the guy was proud of it. He goes, if you want someone to bitch about, go to FedEx. Go to Trump and tell Trump why did he do it. He gave us this. Think about it. Everyone have a good day. We're going to have some rain. And I guess the people will go crazy in Tucson because it's raining. So, bye.